Hello, hello. We are going to talk about how judgment is holding you back. We don't realize, I think, how much we judge everything. I'm doing good or bad. I fell off the wagon. I can't do all the things everyone else can do. Judgment, 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 judgment. Every time you give a thought on how you think you're doing or you're comparing yourself to somebody else, you're judging. You're judging yourself. Now, that's not to say, because then I can hear someone saying, but Heather, so are you saying that we never should evaluate ourselves? No, but this is how that looks. Here's the difference between judgment and evaluation to make an improvement. Oh my gosh, Heather, I'm just failing at everything. I know you and I talked about all these goals I was supposed to get done. I can't handle it right now. I'm not getting it done. I'm failing myself. I'm failing my mission. Da, 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 da. Drama, judgment, all of those words. Evaluation. Hey, Heather, I gave a really good effort this week. By the way, that's judgment too, to what I'm trying to do. And this is the actual rundown of how I did. So I was trying to walk every day and I walked 4 out of 5 days. That's evaluation. No drama. I walked 4 out of 5 days. How do you know you walked 4 out of 5 days? Because you've journaled it, you've kept a log on it, whatever. And the judgment is I should have done more or I should have done it longer. Those are all judgments, right? Evaluation. Next week, I'd like to see myself add in an extra day. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on my calendar. So evaluation, making a plan of improvement, totally fine. Passing judgment on yourself, huge waste of time. And here's how you know that. Every time you judge yourself, I'm not doing well, I'm struggling, I'm failing, I can't get my crap together, judgment, 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 you are not in the present moment, okay? So every time you judge yourself, you're either looking to your past to say you didn't do something right, or you're failing at something, or you're not adequate in some way. So you're going to your past, you're like watching a movie in your head, or you're panicked about a future outcome and you're jumping into the future. You're not in the present moment. When you're not in the present moment, you can't do anything to change anything because you're either fixated on something that's already happened and sitting there in your mind, playing it out like a movie, passing judgment, or you're thinking about your future self and how you're not where you want to be, you're projecting it out into the future. All of these things don't actually exist. Past is dead and gone, never going to go back in time unless you build a time machine. Future is yet to be determined. But where does future come from? Your actions today. Judgment robs you of your actions today, where I would love if I could be your fairy godmother and wave a magic wand. What I would love to do is get you completely divorced from judging yourself, because it is a total waste of your time. You think you're being productive, you think you're just calling it like it is, but you're not. You're making it to where you create a yucky feeling inside of you with your thoughts, how my thinking leads to eating. You're saying, I'm not keeping up with the Joneses. I'm not doing a good enough job. I'm failing at this. It creates a lot of crappy feelings. And then you start to let other habits slip because you don't feel what you're doing is sufficient. So then other habits encroach because your thinking leads to eating. But imagine a world where you got totally neutral about everything. Every time you did something, you didn't pass judgment. You were like, you know what? Not going to think about that. Not going to travel to the past. Not going to project to the future. I'm going to say right here in this moment, what can I do? Honestly, I promise you, this is how I did my weight loss journey. Because I realized all the time I spent in judgment was a huge waste of my time. Huge. I didn't have time. I had 3 young kids to keep up with. I had to harness each moment. Okay, kid just pooped in their diaper, messed up my plans to go out for this and that event because we're running out of time. So in this moment, I make a decision. What am I going to do, right? It was very like in the moment needing to make a decision. In my past, before having kids, I had more leisure time to judge myself. when I was in my weight loss journey, I had toddlers and babies all at the same time. It was a hurry up, Heather doesn't have time for this kind of thing. But what that really gave me at the end of the day was a gift. Because I was in a much more busy state of living, I had less time to sit there and think about all my past transgressions, less time to obsessively worry about my future and to plan everything out to the T because I just didn't have the time. But it was a gift because it helped cut down on my judgment. Judgment is a personal evaluation of if something is good or bad, if it's adequate or inadequate. It's not factual. It is you thinking about it through your lens of what you think is okay and not okay. A true evaluation is you lay the facts out on the table. Oh my gosh, I think I'm totally never going to hit my calorie goal. I've had countless conversations where someone will say, I'm never going to be able to eat under 2,000 calories a day, or I'm never going to be able to eat over my maintenance or under my maintenance calories because they have some emotional eating they're contending with. 2-3 months go by, I point out to them, do you notice there's not a single day that you're eating at 2,000 or maintenance anymore? Yeah, interesting. But see, in that moment that they were obsessively judging themselves for what they were doing, they couldn't see their potential. They couldn't put a plan into action to correct it. As a coach, I highlighted that for them, right? I watched them morph over time. I pointed it out. That's where the judgment hurts us. We're so caught up in our head believing the story, I'm never going to be able to X, ride my Peloton, eat under my maintenance calories, stop my binging behavior. You're telling yourself a judgmental story because you think it's true. It's not. And what that does is it robs you of your present moment where you could, in fact, take action. Put your butt on the Peloton. Get your butt off the Peloton. Step one. Try to do some of the techniques we've talked about with binge eating. Try to find one simple swap out on your calories. Like if you every moment of your day said, what can I do right now in the present moment to move me forward? And you ditched the drama and the judgment, you'd be freaking unstoppable. And that would be in all areas of your life. Harness your present moment. Don't let the judgment rob you of the potential you do have for your future self. But she won't ever come and be different if you don't let go of the judgment, because the judgment is you thinking all you're capable of is your past. That's what's horrible about lower brains. They project your future based on your past. But that doesn't give you any room to change. Like that visual that you're seeing. Somebody who says, I'll never do X or I can't do X. It's because all their lower brain is showing them is what they've already done. But you're capable of so much more. All right, guys, I hope this message resonates. Drop the judgment. Focus on the present moment. What can I do right now? Just every time a judgment thought comes in, and how do you know it's a judgment thought? It's not you evaluating facts. It's not you saying this is this and this is that and this is what I've documented and here's my graph and here's my information. It's you saying, I think this, I feel that, I shouldn't have done this, this is not okay. It's anytime you have a feeling thought, that's judgment. And it's robbing you of your present moment actions. I hope this message helps. You guys have a great day and I'll talk to you soon.